'Twas the end of December, and all through the ridge, Miss Casario was checking on teachers and kids.
She started in pre-K and made her way up, but first a fill of her large coffee cup.
At ECLC, she was met with laughter and joy, while all the littles were sharing their snacks and their toys.
Next was kindergarten to greet Mrs. Vance. No surprise, they were celebrating with music and dance.
Just a couple streets over was RHTA. They were making crafts in the Fab Lab that day. Coach Ramuto smiled as Coach Durkin led the way to show off the gingerbread village the learners had made.
Liberty was next on her list to go visit. She donned festive headwear, which is always a hit.
Mrs. Z waited with first and second grade. They were feasting and parading. Oh, she wished she could stay.
With NRAC filled with so many students, she knew a quick stop wouldn't be prudent.
So she called to her cabinet to help her spread cheer.
I know you're all busy, but it's the best time of the year. Hey David! Hey Heather! Hey Michael! Hey Jackie! Hey Matthew! And Paul and Hanaya and Annie! I have 2 buildings left, so let's go have fun. We are going to greet Rangers to see what they've done.
3rd and 4th grade were singing holiday carols. Mrs. Franklin decked out in her festive apparel.
The other side also in holiday spirit, studios singing loudly for all who would hear it.
Raking leaves through the city to help families and friends, and a field trip to see mean old Scrooge make amends.
Off to the high school where they get better every day. Mr. Mueller and his team was sure ready to play.
Jim was bouncing from the holiday assembly, the band, winter athletes, and relay races aplenty.
Ranger strong students hard at work, and teachers too. Taking care of hearts first is what they must do.
The students stacked chairs and packed book bags in haste. When the final bell rang, out the doors they all raced.
Mr. Rick and his friends locked the buses up tight so the bus garage would sleep soundly at night.
The teachers all graded the last of their tests and finally went home for 10 days of rest.
The halls were all empty and the lights were down low. The custodians cleaned the floors till they were left with a glow.
The principals were yawning and yawning for sleep. When they walked down the halls, there wasn't a peep.
Mrs. Casario went back with Mr. Pritt by her side, remembering the day with a heart full of pride.
Sending one last email wishing Ranger families well, she turned off her computer just as night fell. She walked to her car, leaving work at her desk, ready to head home for some much-needed rest.
But I heard her call out as she drove out of here.
Happy holidays to all. I'll see you next year.